Good evening, dear students. Hope you all are doing good at home. Whatever teachers are teaching you, I guess all of you are making note of that. Today is our second class for online computer. In first class, we covered like definition of functions and formula, creating formula, basic formula, complex formula, applying a formula, operators in formula, using some functions. Today, we'll start with enter formula and copy cell values, cell formats of formula. Then functions, and lastly we'll see cell referencing. Let's start with entering formula. In worksheet basically we do calculation. In MS Excel we have ready-made functions for calculation, and it includes addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, statistical functions and many more. As you know, formula are mathematical equations that performs calculations, return informations, and we can manipulate the content of cell. We can test conditions and so many things. And a formula always start with an equal to sign. Let's see some arithmetic operators that we use for calculations. Let me enter some data and I will show some operators and their functions. Roll number. In another column I am writing physics. I am writing roll number 1, 2. In your book it is given some different roll numbers, but I am adding roll number from my own side. Now suppose in physics roll number 1 has got 62 marks. Then in same subject physics roll number 2 got 78 marks. Roll number 3 got 77. Roll number 4 86. Then 61, 52. I am entering the marks from the book. 81, 83, 78. Here what I'll do for equations, first I will give equal to sign, then using plus operator I'll get the sum of all these students' marks. This cell plus 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 this cell, this cell, this one, then this one, and press enter. So sum of these students' marks is equal to 720. This is all about plus. Now next we'll see other operators. Let me zoom this one. Now we'll see the subtractions using minus operator. Let's take two numbers, 678 in one cell, in another cell 324. In D11 cell we'll get the subtractions of B11 cell and C11 cell. The same way, first give the equal to sign, select this cell, using minus operator we'll get the subtraction, then C11 cell, enter, 354. Now we'll get the negative of one number. Suppose I want to get negative of 10. Then first the same way equal to sign, then give minus 10. See, this is the negative value of plus 10. Then multiplications, let's take another two numbers, 567 in one cell, 123 in another cell. Give select one cell, then give equal to sign, then multiply 567 with 123. See, this is our result, 69,741. Now we'll see division operator. The same way, first we'll take some number like 678 and another number is 46. Let's find the division of both the number using division operator. The same way, give the equal to sign, select first number, this number divided by this number. Let's find 14.7391 is the value of this division of this two number. Next, see percentage. Using percentage operator we can find the percentage also. Suppose I want to get percentage of 10. So what I'll do, I'll give the equal to sign, then I'll write the number 10. Suppose I am writing a 10, then percentage, give 0.1. Next is exponentiation, that is the power. Suppose if I want to get the power 10 to the power 5, then how I'll write here? I'll give the equal to sign, and I want to find 10 to the power 5. 10 to the power 5, which is equal to 1 lakh. We saw how to enter formulas and how to use operator. Next we'll see how to copy and paste cell values, cell formats or formula. Before copying or paste, we have to go through some points. First, convert any values in the cell to the calculated value without overwriting. Second, paste only the cell formatting. Cell formatting means font color or field color. Next, we have to paste only the formula, not the calculated value. That you have to keep in your mind. Now let's see the steps how we can copy and paste the cell value, cell formats or formulas. The first step, select the cell or range of cell that contains the values, cell formats or formula. Next, go to Home tab, and in the clipboard you will get copy options, or you can press Ctrl+C also. Third step, select the upper left cell of the paste area or the cell where you want to paste the value. Next, on the same Home tab in the clipboard you will get paste options. From there you can paste the values, you can paste the format, you can paste your formula as well. Let's see example. Here we have some data I've already written. Now first we have to give the equal to sign, then function name sum, bracket open, select the cell or range of cells. I select it, bracket close, enter. So this is our formula. Now here I am formatting using the fill color. Now this is my required cell. Now I have to copy this one, then I'll show you how to paste. This is our home tab, and home tab we have the paste options, cut options, copy options, format options as well. So from here I can copy this. Suppose if I want to paste the formula here, I'll bring the cursor, then from the home tab, from this clipboard group, I can paste. You can see I pasted format as well as the formula. Here also paste, here also paste. Same thing I am doing here also. See, here also same, paste. So using this method we can copy and we can paste also. And another method is copy this one, Ctrl plus C, bring the cursor, paste, Ctrl plus V, here also Ctrl plus V, Ctrl plus V, Ctrl plus V, Ctrl plus V, Ctrl plus V. This is all about how to copy and paste cell values, cell formats or formula. Now we'll see functions. As we know, functions are predefined formula that performs calculations using arguments. Now, what is argument? Argument, it may be numbers, it may be text, logical values true or false, cell references, etc. Using functions, we can perform simple as well as complex calculation. There is some conventions to apply functions. Let's see that. Like formula, in functions also we use equal to sign followed by the function. Next, we use opening parenthesis, the arguments for the functions separated by commas or colon or a closing parenthesis. Let's see some practical example. Here I have entered some data already. Now we'll see how we'll use functions. I am taking here average functions as it is given in your book. Suppose I want to get average of English. I'll click in this column. As I told you, we have to give equal to sign first, then I'll write average. See, here automatically it comes. I click this one, then I will select the range of cells, then close parenthesis. Now see, 73.3 is the average of English subject of all these students. In our book, 4 functions are given. Let's see that. Count functions, minimum functions, maximum functions, square root. What is count functions? To count the number of cells containing numeric value. Let's see the example. Suppose here, how many cells we are using? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see using that count functions. Give the equal to sign, count, give the bracket and range of cell, then parenthesis closed. See, the answer it is giving 10. The same way we can get the minimum function also. Let's see the minimum functions of this one. That means in maths, who has got the minimum marks? What is the minimum marks in the maths? The same way, give the equal to sign, then write min, minimum functions, then parenthesis open, select the range of cells, parenthesis closed, enter. See, 78 is the less mark in minimum marks in maths. The same way we can get the maximum marks also. If the equal to sign, max, parenthesis open, select the range of cells, parenthesis closed, enter. 98 is the maximum marks. And the last one, it is given square root. Now I want to get square root of one number. Suppose I have written here 16 and I have to find the square root of this number. So how I'll get that? Give the equal to sign, then write SQRT, parenthesis open, select, parenthesis close, then enter. See, this is 4 is the square root of 16. So this is all about our functions. Now let's see other topics, that is cell referencing. We know cell is the intersections of rows and columns, and every cell has its own unique location. When a particular cell is referred to in a formula, we call it cell reference. Before cell reference, we should know about rows and columns. How many rows and columns are there in one Excel sheet? So rows lie horizontally in worksheet, you know about it, where column lies vertically in worksheet. We refer column with letters, that is A, B, C, D, like this, and we refer rows as number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. You should know total number of columns are 16,384 in one Excel sheet, and total number of rows are 10,48,576 in one Excel sheet. Let's see some cell address. Like here it is written A10. A10 means column A and row 10. The same way A10 to A20 or A10 is to A20. It means the range of cell is column A and rows 10 through 20. The similarly B15 is to E15. 5 is to 5 means all cell in row 5. 5 is to 10 means all cell rows 5 through 10. H is to H means all cell in column H. H is to J means all cells in column H through J. A10 is to E20 means the range of cells in columns A through E and rows 10 through 20. Now we'll see different type of referencing. Referencing are of three types. One is relative referencing, second is absolute referencing, and third is mixed referencing. Let's talk about relative referencing. When cells are referenced on the basis of their position relative to the cell containing the formula, it is called relative referencing. Let's see example. In the given chart or in the given Excel sheet, we'll find total of the given subjects. So we have to give equal to sign, then click this cell, plus sign, click this cell, plus sign, click this cell, plus sign, click this cell, this one and this one. So total is 477. The total can be calculated by using the formula equal to sign B3 cell plus C3 cell plus D3 cell plus E3 cell plus F3 cell and plus G3 cell. The formula used in H3 cell is interpreted internally in terms of position of cells, that is B3, C3, D3, E3, F3 and G3 relative to the cell containing the formula, that is H3. In the Excel sheet, it is clear that formula used in H3 cell had adjusted itself automatically relative to the position of cells where it has been used. Suppose if I'll change the marks here, in place of 67 if I'll write the 45. See here automatically it changed. If I'll change in this place, in place of 78 if I write 87, automatically it will change here also. So this is called relative referencing. Next we will see absolute referencing. Cell referencing, in which reference do not change when a formula is copied to a different cell, then we call it absolute referencing. Cells are referenced by their fixed position in a worksheet. A dollar sign is used before the part of a formula. Let's see example. Here I have entered some data as it is given in the book. In A column I have written product, in B column I have written quantity, in C column I have written price, and D column will find amount using absolute referencing. Just you observe the formula. First you give equal to sign, we'll click this, then multiplication sign, then price column. Price column now we'll keep it unchanged. This cell, then I have to give the dollar sign before this. Here and here also. Now see, this is 2000 rupees. When I will drag this one, it will show the example of absolute referencing. Even though I'll put any amount here, here also it will not change. So you observe that the formula we used in D2 cell, it displays the result 2000, and the same formula has been copied in D3 and D4 cells. In D2 cells, the formula copied is B3 multiplication C2, and in between we have given the dollar sign. When a formula containing absolute cell address is copied, only the relative cell address is updated and the absolute cell address remains as it is. This is all about absolute referencing. Last topic of this chapter is autocomplete. What is autocomplete? Autocomplete is a feature in MS Excel by which repeated entries in a column could be automatically entered in the active cell. Let's see example. I have written some name in A column. Now when I write few character, like suppose I write RAC, then if it is already existed in A column, it will show you automatically. The same way, if I write PART, then Path Agarwal is already exists, so it will show you, while you write some character, it will show the whole things here. So it means if the first characters you type in a cell match an existing entry in that column, then Excel fills in the remaining characters for you. Excel completes only those entries that contain text or a combination of text and numbers. This is end of our chapter Formula and Functions. It's all about today's class. I will give link of formula and functions pages in description box. Download it. Questions and answer are very easy. Answer all the questions. In next class, we'll start with new chapter. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.